Hello once again, and first of all I would like to thank for inviting me to take part in this very interesting discussion, and I have to admit that this is my first time when I'm speaking and sharing my thoughts about gender perspective, but I think that one of the most important things that we are doing here is at least that we are trying to increase awareness really about the issue itself, and it's a very, very good start then to continue with more concrete activities and achieving some good results. Why we are speaking here about gender perspective and gender balance? Because civil protection is actually about ensuring safety of population, and we have to have in mind, of course, the needs not only of men but also of women and boys and girls. So then we think how they can apply this gender perspective in all phases of disaster management cycle, in prevention, preparedness, response and recovery. So then they have good chance to address all the issues in a very direct way and to reach people and reach population in this sense. Of course, I also agree that civil protection is traditionally man-dominated work, and still I guess that they see more men everywhere. From the local level to decision makers. And but on the other hand, I also think that situation is improving, and now we see more and more women active in civil protection activities, especially I think in our services, not in operational services, but in our services. And let's say this year I have a huge responsibility to lead the Council Working Group on Civil Protection. And this year we had a very huge challenge to lead negotiations on the Union Civil Protection Mechanism, on the main decision in the field of civil protection. And they had to represent member states in the European Parliament, and the Commission also took part. And the interesting thing, really, that all three institutions were represented by women. So actually now we can say that it's a result, it's an agreement between women in civil protection. And I think that some years ago, 10 years ago, nobody could think about it, really, but now it's possible. So, again, of course, I do agree that we have very, very few women in operational work, but and of course, numbers are quite low. But on the other hand, we could also look not only at these absolute numbers, but also at the overall context, why they have these low numbers. And I think that we could see some reasons for that. First of all, work conditions. Of course, yes, some modern and smart technologies are very encouraged, but still it's physically quite difficult work, and it requires physical intensity. I also think that because of the salary conditions and social conditions, because let's say in Lithuania, firefighters work every third day, 24-hour shift. So again, it makes influence on women's life, of course, and it's not so easy to raise children and do all the other traditionally women duties in these circumstances. Again, at the policy-making level, as I said before, I think that the situation is really improving, and but still, if we look at the numbers in the Lithuanian state and fire service, so we don't have 50% of women hold leading position, but it's 15%, and they have a good example of Sweden, so and have to promote gender equality and gender mainstreaming in our work, of course. I do think that women should be very active in international work and responding to humanitarian crisis, because in many countries, due to cultural and religious differences, in many cases it is a woman who can talk to local population and best understand the needs of local women, as you, Helena, also explained. So here I think that it's a good domain where women should take more activities, and this work is very important. Again, truth is somewhere in the middle, so I think that both in public and private sector, good balance between women and men should be promoted, and then we would really have very good and effective results. Thank you.